Well, good morning and aloha, everybody. We are so elated to be standing here today, welcoming back park visitors, our park staff, our park partners, members of the press, etc. So thank you so much for coming out. It's a stupendous day. After being closed 134 days, the park opened this morning at 7 a.m., a few hours ahead of schedule, but we were hoping to avoid those long lines, and so far it looks like it worked. We have an exciting announcement. We do have water! Yay! So we have water again in the park. We still encourage people to bring water, to bring their reusable water bottles. And if they forgot, our nonprofit partners here behind me at the HPPA bookstore also sell those water bottles. So we have refillable water stations in the park, and they are working now. So that's extremely exciting news. We want to thank everybody from the bottom of our hearts, from our staff, to members of the public, to our local communities, etc., visitors, for their patience during this time. It was a very grueling and sometimes frustrating ordeal to be closed 134 days, but it was in the interest of public safety. And now that the seismic activity has certainly decreased here at the summit, and the lower East Rift Zone eruption appears to be in a very long pause, we felt it was safe to reopen certain areas of the park. And so we are very happy to announce that and bring you back into the park today. I have a couple things I need to let people know. If people are coming into the park today, the 10 a.m. was the announcement. We are still expecting very heavy traffic, possibly lining up to Highway 11 outside, and also long lines to get into possibly the visitor center. So please, if you're coming to the park today or tomorrow, Sunday, expect some wait. So please bring your patience and your aloha. Be nice to our rangers. They're certainly going to be out and about helping visitors today. Our park rangers won't be doing their normal programs, but they will be roving throughout the park to answer questions and to keep people safe. We also implore you to stay out of closed areas. There are trails that are not open yet, including Kilauea Iki, Halema'uma'u Trail, and that is because of the dangers of rock falls, of sinkholes, and other hazards. So please heed all posted safety signs, listen to rangers, and keep yourself safe. We want to stay open. So there are many areas that are open that you can see. Here on Crater Rim Drive, visitors can go out to steam vents. That's sort of the end of the line. You need to turn around there, but you're going to get stupendous views of Halema'uma'u Crater, the astonishing changes that have taken place there, and Kilauea Caldera from steam vents. The Crater Rim Trail is open from Volcano House, which is right across the street from where we are. It goes along the edge all the way to steam vents. So that part of the trail is open and offers extraordinary views of the caldera and the changes that have taken place. We also ask that if people are out in these areas, remember Kilauea is a very, very sacred place to Native Hawaiians and others. Halema'uma'u is the traditional home of Pele Honuamea, the volcano goddess. So we ask that you bring your respect, your reverence, and just maybe a quiet frame of mind when you're near the crater's edge, where people are really taking in these astonishing changes in this just amazing cultural place. So we appreciate that. In addition, we really urge you to stay away from cracks and sinkholes. There is part of Ke'anakakoi Crater Rim Drive, which is not open to vehicles, but it is open to pedestrians. This is a 0.7 mile walk one way on the closed part of Crater Rim Drive. You can park at Devastation Trail to get there. There are numerous cracks and sinkholes on that road, and that's where visitors can go and see what that damage is like. But please keep away from the edges. There will be rangers in that area today, but I encourage you to go out towards Ke'anakakoi and see the extraordinary changes in the damage to the road. There's been a lot of damage that happened here in the park. Please, visitors coming to the park need to remember to wear sturdy shoes, wear long pants. Falling on lava is like falling on broken glass, so we do not want people to get hurt, especially in their enthusiasm to get here. I actually was so excited to get to work this morning, I completely fell and tripped in the parking lot. So it happens when you're excited. Do not hike after dark. We are resuming our 24-hour-a-day schedule like we did before the closure today. So the park is now open again, 24 hours, but don't hike after dark. One thing, the glow is gone. We have no active lava in the park to see whatsoever right now, but the hazards are very real. The sinkholes and cracks you can't see. Even if you're familiar with a trail that is open, you still cannot see the cracks and the sinkholes after dark. So please don't hike after dark. It's also a good idea to hike with a friend or a group right now as you get reused to the changes that have happened in the park. So thanks for that. So park rangers today and myself, we are going to be extraordinarily busy helping visitors and each other with the reopening. I'm not going to have a lot of time, and our staff isn't going to have a lot of time, at least online, to answer individual questions that might come in via email and via phone calls. The best way to stay up to date with what's happening in the park this weekend is to follow us on Twitter, and our Twitter handle is @volcanoes_NPS. I'll be here all day and tomorrow and updating Twitter regularly. So I think that's all I really have. Just to finalize things, thanks everybody so much for coming in today. We really missed you. We missed being in our home here in Hawaii Volcanoes, and welcome back.
Could you walk through just the most serious damage or the major things that were damaged by your?
Sure. So Kevin asked, walking through the major damage that happened here in the park. Some of the most significant damage included cracked water lines, so no water for many, many weeks to many of our buildings. There numerous buildings sustained earthquake damage, including the USGS Hawaiian Volcano Observatory building and Jagger Museum. Kilauea Visitor Center, not so much. So we're happy to reopen Kilauea Visitor Center at 9 a.m. today. Our roads, Crater Rim Drive in particular, out by Kilauea Military Camp, completely just huge sinkholes developing and getting bigger even by the day. Even now that seismic activity has decreased, the material, the substrate beneath the sinkholes has started to undermine and fall away because there's nothing to support it. So these sinkholes are growing by the day, even though there's very little seismic activity now. Other damage, the road to Kulana o Kuaiki Campground, the Helena Poly Road, it's not going to reopen anytime soon. There's huge just cracks cleaved through it by the seismic activity, and just lots of cracking. If you drive down the coast today on Shana Craters Road, it's still passable, but you'll notice some cracks and some sinkholes to the side of that too. So really, it's the roads, the buildings, and the water. Those three things took the brunt of the activity here.
So a normal day for the park would be about 5,000 visitors,
correct.
And then what are you expecting today? Do you have a guess?
I don't have a guess, but do you want to make a bet?
No thanks.
Okay. I'm thinking we'll, I don't know, minimum a couple thousand people, I'm assuming. It's also a fee-free day. Today is National Public Lands Day, and a lot of people asked, why did you pick National Public Lands Day to reopen? It's already going to be busy, even if we reopen on a Monday. We wanted to invite people in on a free day. And then all the assessments that we've been doing and the repairs pointed to a late September opening. When we looked at the theme for National Public Lands Day today, it's resilience and restoration. And that just stopped me in my tracks. I was like, we have to open on NPLD. It's too perfect. It was like it was made for this particular park.
Jessica, would it be safe to say there were thousands of earthquakes that did millions of dollars worth of damage? Am I within the ballpark?
Tens of thousands of earthquakes that did probably millions of dollars in damage. Yeah, I think that's correct.
What's going on with the Volcano House and the military camp?
Good question. Kilauea Military Camp is now open, most of it to military guests, their dependents, and other sponsored guests. And the Volcano House is open today. Not the rooms, not the food and beverage, but you can certainly go over there, enjoy the views. Their gift shop, and I believe, is open, so you can check that out. Also, what's open today is Hawaii Pacific Parks Association. Our park bookstore is open, where you can go in and get a refillable water bottle or other commemorative items. So we're really happy to say that a lot of our partners are back in operation as well.
How about Thurston Lava Tube? What's the situation there?
Nahuku or Thurston Lava Tube, we still need to get more data and assessments done on that. We've had some initial assessments done, and so far it looks okay, but we need to do some deeper assessments just to make sure. It would be, that's one of those places that if something wasn't right, it could be catastrophic. So we want to make sure it is 100% safe before Thurston opens again.
The Jagger Museum, and that is closed. That's another stop you would have done, but so many parking hiking has been closed.
We're not going to reopen it anytime soon. The significant damage is enough to say we are not going to open it anytime soon if we can ever open it again.
What were your average visitor numbers before the earthquakes began and this current eruption?
Well, we did 2,016,310, over 2 million visitors last year. So that's about 5,000 something visitors a day. Yep. So be interesting to see if we can get those numbers again. We have no active lava in the park, so but still lots of gorgeous, rainforest culture and geology to take in. And certainly anybody who's familiar with Halemaumau crater before all of this is going to be stunned at the changes. That's all I can say. Every time I go there, I don't even know what to say. Backcountry hiking will reopen. It's not reopened today. We don't have a timeline on that yet. I think we're going to see how this weekend goes and decide. And also, we still have to do some assessments down there. There's a lot of those sites like Halape, Keoho that are close to cliffs, and we don't want to be sending people down there until we're 100% certain that it's safe to do so. Wow, for someone who's never visited the park, you don't even know what you're looking at. So I would definitely say go to Halemaumau crater. And the closest place to get a view of that crater is going to be right across the street here at Volcano House. Go over there and just look at the crater and keep in mind that this is the home of Pele, or Pelehunuamea, the Hawaiian volcano goddess. It is she who took her lava and went out to the lower East Rift Zone. And just imagine it 4 times smaller than it is now, and how that absence of lava not supporting the summit anymore caused this extraordinary change. So that's, I think that the crater is going to be, whether you're from here or not from here, that's your #1 stop. You're welcome. All right, thank you everybody. We'll be reopening, we'll be flying colors. The flag will go up at 8:55 a.m. and we will reopen the visitor center at 9 a.m. Please remember to follow us on Twitter for updates at volcanoes_NPS. Mahalo.